Welcome back to puddins.fab.shop, and behind me we have my beautiful 1978-ish, give or take a year or two, crew cab Ford. If y'all have seen this thing, we found it at a burnt down house, estate cleanup. It was back in the woods, surrounded by trees, had been there for a long time. Now this crew cab may have been living in trees, but they ain't growing on trees. That's right, she is a rare bird. Caw-caw! So of course we had to rescue this thing out of the woods, and in the last go around with it, we tore into the motor quite literally, because come to find out, one of the cylinders was rusted, plumb stuck. We tore it apart, knocked guides out of heads, bent valves straight with hammers and all kinds of stuff, and got her running. And if you haven't seen that one, it's a good video, worth the watch. You can see we've got a nice about $60 HEI with plug wires on it from the Amazon. We've also got one of the cheapo carburetors. But she runs. Well, she ran. She drives because she's a manual and the clutch wasn't stuck. But she does not stop. She does not have exhaust. She looks terrible for multiple reasons. And we plan to fix all of that, hopefully, in this 3-day burst. Now, I had it rigged up before off electric fuel pump. And I got us a mechanical one. And that's exactly where we're gonna start with this thing, because I'd robbed our electric setup off of it. Now, I know I said fuel pump, and this is a power steering pump, but it looks to me like we can remove that and these two, and then boom, have easy access. And me and old truck guy, y'all know we're the crew cab whisperers. So I think it was last week's main channel video. Y'all seen we rescued another one with the old truck guy. I got it out of the trees too. So these things don't grow on trees, but they live in them, that's for certain. Boom, 3 belts. And now we've got way more room to get to that. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I have the correct fuel pump. That's another reason why I'm wanting to kind of figure this out. Come on, baby, come on. Give her a little wiggle and shake. We'll get it. Ha-ha! Boy, long-winded sucker. And someone's possibly been in here before. A couple washers on that, yeah. All right. Now with our fuel systems, I usually don't like messing with the old stuff. It's just setting you up for failure most of the time. That does say made in USA. That hose actually had a little bit of give to it. It's not all hard and dried up like I suspected it would have been. This one may have been an okay pump. This one was a whopping 14 doll hairs. Oh look, it's slotted, so we can start the bolt and just set it down on there. That's kind of nice. Ah, that one was too. Just the gasket is what was there. I see. That's it. She comes with 2 gaskets in case we got a spacer. We ain't got no spacer, so let's go get this baby slapped on. Yeah. I wish this thing could be a little taller in the air. Golly. Oh. Ah, she wants to battle, huh? Well, let's battle, baby. I ain't scared. Golly. That old gasket is putting up a fight, though, folks. She is not going down without a fight. Boy, you dirty, no good. Stuck on there, stubborn. Pain in my hind end. I will not be defeated. Boy, your mom ain't nothing but a no good old blown out head gasket. Ha ha! Oh, got it. Thank goodness. Did half that go in there? Nah. It's good for the filter. The filter that apparently I never changed. Clean is clean, baby. So we'll get our new pump thrown on, and we'll throw on our temporary fuel tank here. Them dirty dogs put a strainer on there. How am I supposed to drop a hose down in there, huh? Oh, they do that so you can do this right here. There we go. That's the quick release feature. I see. Pop that on. Luckily we've been having nice cool days here. If you got old rusty nuts, then you too will need a set of locking pliers. Yeah. Fuel lines installed. Yeah. Power steering back on. All right. Now I think we just need a battery. Yeah. 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 Can't forget Lefty. Sit. 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 Give her a little sprinkle. Oh yeah, if you push in the clutch, it rolls. In fact, I was in neutral the other day and rolled right into my merchandise van. Damn you, gravity! Well, she ain't even tried yet. Okay, battery does sound weak. She didn't even seem to try. All the last times I'd started this up till I took the electric fuel pump off of it, you'd reach in here, hit the gas, boom, fire right off. So let's go see. Aha! That powers our HEI. So you're gonna be ornery, huh? Well, we're getting fuel now. Make sure our connections over here is good. Make sure our cheapo plug wires are all on. I don't know why that was unplugged, but it had been working, so you think it would still work. Maybe she came unconnected when I'd pulled on it or something, I don't know. Come on, baby, I'm trying to show you a little love. You damn right, baby. Come on. Yeah, I think that wire had separated in that tape. Ah, there it is. One heck of a vacuum leak. That's because vacuum caps are damn garbage. This one ain't even been on there a month. Done cooked and split. We'll probably be able to hook up our vacuum booster this go around though and eliminate that. Pop that old split nipple on there. She'll get us in the shop. I knew you weren't gonna make me look bad in front of my friends. You're good at doing that yourself, ain't you? Hello? Yeah, this is P-Tang at the Paddock Pools. What's that you say, ma'am? Your pool's turning green and you want me to clean it in a Speedo? I'll be there in a jiffy. Click. Damn, 7th one today. They can't get enough of me. Them pools ain't gonna clean themselves. All right, guys. This thing had been running phenomenal. That's why it was just kind of bothering me. It didn't want to start. Like I said, we got a clutch. Now, occasionally, I think I get a miss out of this motor. I'm still betting that on the $2 plug wires we got on it. So I did buy us a better set of plug wires to throw on this thing. And other than that, she's clearly a race truck with that loud exhaust. So I can give her the beans if I want. I think we need to get that fixed too. And that's going to help us identify some of the myths possibly. Woo! Don't leave your damn toddlers, children's, or dogs in cars. It's hotter than a two-pecker Tom Kitty in here. Golly. So with that replaced, into the scrap it goes. And since we know it's firing right up, why don't we just go ahead and swap out these plug wires. And I want to see if I can tell a difference at all. I'd rather be fishing. Oh, hell yeah, that'd look right on that one. I mean, I clean pools for a living, but hell, do you see my front tag? I'd rather be fishing. Now, seeing how there's probably not another YouTuber who's got incorrect firing orders on Fords more than me, I think I'm reigning champ at that. I'm gonna do the smart thing here, and we're just gonna go one at a time. Oh yeah, here we go. Pop, clip, and pop. These do seem to be fitting nice. These are a factory. What this truck calls for from the factory, they will work with the HEI, apparently. And I'm trying to remember Ford, so let's do this drill together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sound like we were just trying to cheerlead a dance. I say that because I'm a girl dad and I'm allowed to, because I had an oldest who was a cheerleader, and she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hell, that's pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, I didn't even stretch. Imagine if I'd been stretching. Told you I was a girl dad. You don't think I can hit a damn toe touch? You don't think I know what a herky is? You're always like, Puddin', how come you ain't got them girls in this shop? They don't want to be in the shop. You know how we bond? It's not because they're out here turning wrenches, something they hate. I'm in there hitting toe touches with them, okay? That's how you bond. Watch my toe touch. I'm like, let me show you girls how it's really done. Hell, pop. My opinion ain't real toe touch. If from the bottom of your buttocks as your legs are out, if there ain't at least 48 inches, you ain't hit a real toe touch. Now we are still on the spark plugs that had come in this, but if y'all recall, I showed you how clean this motor was. It had been bored over 60. This motor had been rebuilt, and not too long before it was parked. Well, with that, the spark plugs that were in it were pretty clean. So I just wire wheeled them. They weren't old and worn out. Now, does that mean we shouldn't replace them? I'm not saying that, we may. But let me see if I can hear a difference with these plug wires on here now. Definitely. I know the video ain't gonna be able to, you know, show the difference, I doubt, for me revving it up. It ran all right, but it definitely had a slight miss. Just then, it seems to be revving cleaner. Now, we don't have a load on the truck, obviously, so we may end up putting some plugs in it, but for now, I think that's a solid start. And whenever you get a HEI distributor that comes with plug wires and the grand total's like 60 bucks, don't be surprised when the plug wires don't work out the greatest for you, okay? Now, the only problem is that's kind of a mess. And the point of where I'm trying to get this thing to is it's just ready to drive. Now, does that mean everything's gonna be perfect on it? No, absolutely not. I'm gonna end up getting rid of this truck, so we might as well just talk about it now, okay? Unless you can do a toe touch with 48 inches beneath your butt cheeks when your legs are straight out at a 180-degree plane, I don't want no pushback from you, okay? So that's pre-qualification number 1 for giving me pushback on this. But I feel it's good as time as ever to discuss it. People want me to keep everything. I think I counted the other day, and I'm up to like 10 registered insured vehicles that I try to maintain myself just to enjoy and drive. I threw the van on the road in 1 week. There's another one. We can throw this on the road, probably have it ready to do that same type of stuff in another 3 days. I could put another vehicle half thrown together on the road every week or 2 throughout a year and have an additional 20 vehicles people want me to keep, maintain, and drive. And it's just got to a point where it's unrealistic to keep them all. Some of them, y'all know I've been giving away. I think as far as a real deal giveaway, not one that's driven by merchandise to make people a bunch of money, but as far as someone coming out of their own pocket, getting the stuff, fixing it up, and doing a real deal giveaway, I've done a lot of them. Now, I give them a lot to local people who I know. Some of these, we're gonna end up so much money in that we gotta make some money back. But I also know realistically, I can't keep them all. But I do like finding the stuff and getting it going and learning on new vehicles and making entertainment for you guys. But as far as just, if I bring in 15 a year and I don't get rid of them, well, that's another 15 a year, guys. So this is one that's probably gonna be on the for sale block. My goal is to get it to a point where it can run and drive, where as is, this could be someone's ranch truck. This could be someone's, you know, maybe if you're gonna drive to Wyoming from Oklahoma, you don't go, hey, we should take the crew cab, it's the most reliable thing we have. But as far as if you wanna run 15, 30 minutes from home and use this as a little pickup, it's capable of doing that. Or at least it's ready for the shakedown point of that, because with old stuff, as you drive it, stuff's gonna go bad. It's just part of it. You shake it down, you work them kinks out, and then you're good to go. So my goal is to get it like that. That way, it's a turnkey, ready to run, drive, stop truck, but we're not super deep into it where funds can be recouped. But a lot of these crew cabs get built. And a lot of guys who build these things, they like to put them on either brand new aftermarket chassis or modern day chassis. And with that being said, we're not gonna full go through everything, because someone may buy this thing and keep this chassis but want a 4x4 swap it. You know what I mean? So there's so many options with this truck. We don't want to limit it to anything. We just want to get what we have going here fairly functional. Before, I'd rather keep just throwing half thrown together stuff on the road and keep it for myself. I really want to fine tune my keepers like the Travelall. She finally deserves an interior, guys, and that's happening soon. That Travelall towed for me. She carried a lot of weight of the channel at the very beginning, and I think she deserves it. And the good news is we can always find an old car, bring it in, and in a couple weeks have a clunker back on the road, if that's the goal. So every time I get rid of something, I've got people just so mad at me, and I apologize, but it's unrealistic to just pour money into all these vehicles and then just have every single one of them sitting around. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. A few minutes of your time and some zip ties, and look how nice that looks now. Versus the old spaghetti mess over here, crap just going everywhere. Boom, baby. Show off that 8mm high temp suppression core. Man, I just love how that looks. Just clean. She's clean, baby. Now something else we can try to touch up real quick is just the wiring. Tack, yeah, we're not gonna use the tack, so I'm gonna cut that short where that's not hanging out. And just kind of flip it back and hide it. And then our red wire, though I'm not a huge fan of the butt connector, kind of just is what it is. Maybe we'll slide some heat shrink on it. This looks like it would feed an electric choke, possibly. The real question is, will it actually fit on our Chinese version of this carburetor? And the answer so far is no, thanks to our heat shield. But if I'm being honest, I'm not worried about electric choke because it does fine without it. So I'm just gonna sit that in there. It still looks better than just hanging on the motor. And since we've got to do something with that other side, actually, let me pull this off here. Cleaning up an engine bay, a lot of times, guys, something as simple to me, being able to admit that a bright red wire with a butt connector laying on top of your motor and ran across to the side just happens to look like crap. So maybe you take that wire, and sure, it was our temporary one, just to get it running. But now we go, okay, we're going a little bit a step above, not too wild, but maybe, just maybe, a black wire laying in the engine bay is gonna look slightly better. Because I promise you, a black wire is going to look slightly better. Just like black plug wires or gray plug wires looked way better than them yellow ones. And if you're a yellow plug wire type of guy, I do apologize if that offended you. Now usually I'd take my torch and torch that. My torch ain't here right now. I need to get a lighter for in the shop. It's about lunchtime anyhow. Slick asked me if I want to go to lunch. I'll go get that and then we'll continue on. Hey yo, we got stuff. Did I mention we're gonna paint the steelies? So I got the smallest can I could find. What do y'all think? Y'all think old Edna here with her front and rear heat and air, we built this thing 5 years ago? Y'all think she finally deserves an interior? Hell, I think so. I will say she's not as efficient as the full-blown propane torch, but she does burn the wire a little less. Give and take, just like any relationship. See, because we're givers, we are gonna put some heat shrink on this bad boy and wrap her up nice. Give her a nice clean look. Tell you what, guys, that lunch right there is exactly what I needed. Not because I was hungry, not because we got the parts we needed, which we did, that was a plus. What we got was some good fellowship with me and two buddies and just talking about life and how God's moved in our lives and some things we all got going on. And it's just a beautiful thing when you get those relationships where you can help speak into each other and guide each other and just have some really good, deep, meaningful conversations, guys. And all that comes from one thing at the very top. A guy once said it to me like this: you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that was 5 years ago. And it turns out he was right. All right, I think that looks better. All blacked out. Oh, giving away my secrets. I was trying to test fit a breather before I left. Notice I need a spacer. I picked one up. I don't know if it's the correct one or not. We'll find out here shortly. Now, as far as running this wire, boy, that black just blends a whole lot better. Just don't you know, stick out like a sore thumb, so to speak. Well, if we learn anything this episode, it's going to be how much getting all the bright colors out from underneath the hood and some zip ties can clean up an engine bay real quick. It'd be a good time to have a black distributor cap even. Oh, but we ain't going to get too carried away here. Damn Pot County show truck before you know it. So now we're running up there with all of those. Drop right down. Looks a lot better. Yep. Damn wrist just popped. I know that was a good cramp. Oopsie daisy. Forgot to slip our heat shrink on there. It's all right. I got my next cheap backup to make stuff look nice. This cloth kind of tape, electrical tape, because we're wrapping onto a black wire. Guess what? Woo, she still looks good. Boy, if you did that onto a red wire though, it'd stick out like a sore thumb. Boom. Plug that in. Boom. Kind of tuck it in the corner. Boom. You don't even think about it. Better make sure I hooked up the right wire and this thing's still gonna start. Oh yeah. Hey buddy, you like the sound of that old rig, huh? Someone wants to go for R-I-D-E in it. Sorry, your dad can't spell, he's a dummy. So if I crawl up in here, find that broke cap, the question is, will that reach that? If it does, will it fit? So we can get some power brakes going. Not quite. What about this one? We got another one on the carburetor. She's sized a little better. Sometimes, just got to spit on it. I think I'm playing, being dumb, being serious. Ha-ha! Success! Popped us a new cap on that vent back, on the back that was leaking. Got our spacer on. So we put that spacer there. I'm hoping it'll lift it up past that heat shield. And then this was the next concern. But with that shoved down all the way, that is hitting, but not a crazy amount. So it's gonna be okay. Before, that was hitting that way too hard. Let's do a little guessing here. Yeah, right there. Oh, I bet I did too short. Uh-oh. Oh, dang. Looks like I may guess just right. All right. When you're good, baby. You want to look professional, you better put a little wing nut on it. Professional. Let's check her, see how we're doing. Front looks good, that looks good. Over there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We'll look at you in a minute, you sweet plumbing job. So I actually bought a gas tank for this thing. And as we learned on the crew cab video with old truck guy, the chassis on these are a little different. They're narrower, which is not gonna exactly be beneficial for us, because the tank I found that showed us for a F150, 250, and 350 made it look like it would go back here in the rear. And we've got cross member. So I'm gonna be in bad shape on that deal, because it does appear our tank is on the inside of the frame rail, and she was a pull truck. So whenever that started leaking or needed reconnected, they went straight to the pull supplies. PVC, baby. We got 90 to 90. What we got going on out here? Oh yeah. So that's rather unfortunate. Small chance our tank in there is clean. I mean, that never happens, so why would it now? Small chance. Now our exhaust does run all the way back. It was hanging at some point. It looks like I cut it probably when we're getting it on and off trailer. So we're solid to right here. If we can reconnect this, even to this muffler that's on here, the muffler ain't all rusted out actually. I'd be okay with that. We'll start with getting a little support on this. Get it closer to where it's supposed to go. About right in there. Tailpipe is sitting pretty good. In fact, it looks like it could kind of spin down a little bit, but we're not too worried about that. So that needs cut. We may be able to just kind of straight shoot this thing with some slip fit. Oh, I probably don't have the right size. That's good. Get that gone. Get our baling wire gone. Hey, well, floor looks all right in this thing. Got a little bit of rot here in the back, a little bit right back in that area. But I've seen these have the floors plumb gone out of them. So from what I can see, ours looks pretty respectable. Inner rockers and supports, all that's pretty good. That's just surface rust. What's that, the old slip fit ground? Good way to have a good solid grounding connection right there. Just a paper clip, you know. No boot to our clutch shifting, sliding rod mechanisms, whatever. Oh, dirty boots done popped out. We'll pop that back in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't even know how I got that in there. It must have been in there before I moved this here. Well, you gotta be careful steaming on pipe. I started doing the run in place like I was on some logs into the water. Oh, ha! Oh, that's close enough. I'll weld it because Mama didn't raise no pump. Get rid of that angle. In fact, this piece that was hanging, I don't know why it got cut. Either way, that was a slip fit right there clamped on. We can probably whack that part off. And because this actually bends and jogs up the way we need it, we could probably match that hanger that I just finished cutting and weld that to that piece on right there. And then that'll just be a straight shot for the most part. I think some of this was already cut on by the looks of it because it's rusted over, and that ain't all fresh surface rust. That's been on there for a minute. Trying to clean a lot of the loose stuff. We know this ain't gonna be the nicest exhaust, but even though it's surface rusted and got some dirt on it from being on the road, this stuff's some good thick pipe and it's not actually rusted out up around here where we're gonna be welding. So we wanna give her the best shot as possible. That means knocking off this loose stuff before we weld. I think we're actually gonna start back there, so 3 foot, 32 inches will be enough. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Not too bad. I'll put 2 to hold it for now. You don't want to push up on that because it'll create a gap right here. I've got it tacked in a way where it could pivot if need be. Now last time we went to weld up some exhaust, we found rusty frames, okay, on a little Courier, the little nanner hammock. So fingers crossed, no rusty frames on this one. You know, if you don't look, they don't exist. There we go. That's my logic. And then for this, oh, that actually holds that exactly where we need to be over here to tack this. And that's sitting on top of that, so that's gonna have to go up more. But for mock-up, that's perfect. Oh. So you can see we're getting carried away with the saw right in there, a little bit of gap. But look over here. Yeah, that's all holding it perfect. Tack it. Hit your wire on this side, because if you hit it on that side, it can push it off. So if you can hear on that weld, I actually got it welded on this side. Got a puddle going, then I worked my way over. Gotta be smart. Oh man, actually, I'm not being smart. Because I was wanting to weld that last. I just got excited because it fits so good. I want to weld it last because if we can, one tack's good though. That puts it where it needs to be. As far as our hanger goes, we can kind of hold this up. If we want to weld this stuff out where we can drop it down and weld it out. And then when we go up, and then this one, because it kind of hangs down, will be easier to full weld all the way around to finalize. If that made sense at all. If not, just watch, I'll show you. Woo, clean cut right there, baby. Then we go up, get that matched up, make sure our hanger can match up. Oh yeah, that's all gonna be runnable. We could take a little more off of this. I can feel it putting a little tension on it. But actually the way that hanger works, it's slid all the way that way. So if we took more off, in theory, it'd have to slide further that way. So maybe we don't want to do that. And our tailpipe now is kind of kicked down at a decent angle. So right there's perfect. Nailed it. So we'll weld around a little bit on each one. That way we got some material holding. And then our one tack here, we're gonna cut it. And then our one stand here, we're gonna lower it. And then we're gonna drop this down. Now it's way easier to weld out on top of this. Ha 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 ha. If I didn't think and I just welded that out, this would be a lot harder. Now obviously we're just patching up some old stuff, so we're not getting over the top here. But that'll do for this rig right here. Yeah. Now we go back up into place. Oh yeah, she's lining right up. All right, and now I gotta get welded on top here, but at least with that cross member like that, we've got a fighting chance. Aha! She's welded. All right, that should have us tuned up there on the exhaust. Woo! I always feel like damn Elvis. I can lean one of these over like I got the old microphone. That cold Kentucky rain, hey, 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 hey. Got the old bazooka. What's wrong with him? That puddin's always got something to say. Yeah, you be me and always have a movie going on in your head. Then you will understand. And I don't even like movies. I guess it's just that word they call imagination. That one's kind of ugly, but overall, I mean, that don't look bad. Luckily, that all kind of went back to where it was supposed to go by the looks of things. And yeah, we got a tailpipe now. Boy, speaking of tailpipe, right back here. Look at these crusties. Ah, is that our vent? Vent's clogged. Maybe the vent got clogged. You can tell it was coming out here. Vent gets clogged. And then maybe it started pushing it out up here, all the pressure. Blew the gasket out up top, perhaps. We're all still walking through with the rain in my shoes, searching for you. They call Kentucky rain. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, she was here, but their memory wasn't clear. Was it yesterday? No, wait, the day before. You know, I've really enjoyed working on this Ford, actually. The engine, very specifically, has been very friendly to work on. Even pulling that motor all apart. This is about the most inconvenient thing so far. They've got that drain aimed just right at that cross member. So, almost guaranteed to make a mess. But I guess if it just drip drops and it don't hit none of our twin I-beam ready for the scissor whoop front suspension and this rear steer, as long as it don't start splashing off of that, I guess it won't be too bad. Well, it's a little dark, but what I can see there, it looks really clean. Yummy. So we'll let that drain, and trying to figure out where we can. No chance that's good, right? Probably. Trying to figure out where we can separate this and not break our sweet PVC job we got going on here. You see how my brain works? I took one stand out from underneath the muffler, and now I've got a damn Elvis Presley song stuck in my head. Sometimes that's how it goes. Could be worse, I guess. And then we're gonna loosen this one. Maybe it'll allow it to pivot. I doubt it. We'll see. Better get you a poker and give that thing a poke. Take her up to the top. Get some looby-dooby in there and bring her around town. Of course, that's splitting, because why wouldn't it? Yeah. Gotta break that seal. Yeah, look how easy that separates now. And we can damn near, oh, just smell the bad decisions of that fuel tank's lifespan. Yummy. Now we can dang near just tippy toe and look in that thing now. 1. That's how many clean fuel tanks I've had in my YouTube career. I don't know how people have such good luck or find any or more than one. The blue one the blue Lodestar factory one was still good. In fact, it still looks brand new in that sucker somehow. But the rest of them, just trash. And I can't get the light in a way where I can see. What about y'all? Can y'all see in there? Oh, y'all can see more than me, I promise. We're gonna have to get the wiggle tip. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Wiggle tip, go. Come on, wiggle tip. Golly, it's so dirty in there. Oh, there's still fuel in there. Okay. So we still got fuel, and there's surface rust where there wasn't fuel, but I don't really know what type of shape it's in. A large portion of it that I can see is actually kind of clean. Huh. I don't know. So I don't know if y'all can see that. That's like a light surface rust, but you see right above it? That part's actually pretty clean for this thing. I don't know how much debris we got in this thing or we don't have. I know we don't have the proper tank to put back in it, that's for certain. Oh, unless that hung down, maybe. Oh yeah, she used to have one out back. You wanna know how I know? Because very clearly right there, we used to have some other plumbing going on. So, see what I got to looking at. We got a heat shield here because of exhaust. So why do you need a shield to protect something? I see holes, 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 holes. That indicates to me some type of strap would have went. And then I see hole, 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 hole. I think those gotta, yeah, I don't know. Huh. I'm still not fluent in Ford, so I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. So the style of fuel tank I thought it took, these are the 2 straps that would go with it. Now we discovered on that old truck I had, that the chassis was narrower. And in fact, the bed mounts were different. And this kind of looks the same, or not the same. This kind of shows that the bed mounts were different from how his were. Either way, this ain't gonna work on nothing up under. No fuel tank's going right here without moving this, moving that. Then this would need to be moved back here or some type of other cross member added. And I really don't want to do that, if I'm being honest. If we could bolt in a fresh tank, I was all for it. If we've got to rebuild the whole booty of a truck chassis to make one fit, I don't know about that. Now, before we get too distracted here and end up forgetting to put our drain plug back in, and then we end up forgetting to put oil in it, and then we started with no oil in it, because I've never done that before in my life. Yes, I actually have. And I'm not going to tell y'all on which vehicle I did it on, because I don't want y'all to be mean to me. Good thing this was engineered for a quick, easy clean. Yep. You know what's crazy? I don't know this for a fact, but I'm fairly certain underneath that glob of a grease ball mess right there is the factory proportioning valve for the brake system on this thingy bobber. Dang, when they replaced the motor or rebuilt it, they went back with some fresh motor mounts. Those look nice. All right, here's the 2 things we're after. First one, our oil filter. Oh yeah, actually hand tight, that's nice. Where's this one leak go to? We don't really know yet. Still working on figuring that one out. This one spills off the front and the back because it likes to keep things equal. No discrimination from the oil filter. It just makes a damn mess everywhere. Now I'm gonna get you a freshie. Get you a fresh unit to put on there. Take our wires from earlier and our old fuel pump. Hook it up to the hose we cut earlier going off the mechanical fuel pump. Got a filter in place. Let's see if we can suck anything out of that old tank. See what happens here. It looks like we're getting a dribble or so. Come on, baby. Alright. Oh, okay. Not getting nothing yet. Next, let's try undoing this clamp and we'll blow some air pressure in there. See if maybe she's clogged up. Did y'all hear it? It was clogged. Put enough air pressure to it, I heard it pop. Oh, she's flowing now. Oh yeah. Oh, stinky. Now, we'll see how long it'll last sucking fuel through until it clogs. We may get lucky and maybe just the pickup the end was kind of plugged up and that's what shot out. We're lucky it popped it free actually. Okay, here comes the dirty stuff. Oh yeah, we're flowing now, baby. We don't care if we get the dirty fuel out and it looks like that. We care if this one clogs up in the tank, or two, we just start getting a ton of debris in here. Oops. See that? That stuff don't even burn. Just double verifying there's no drain plug on this tank, because this is taking absolutely forever. I mean, it's been going for probably 4 or 5 minutes now, and I still ain't filled up that tank yet, so gonna be a slow process here, and I'm not known for my patience. She's sucking a little air right here. This piece of hose may have a split in it. The good news is so far though, I don't see any debris, just old fuel. So if it was plugging up or we were sucking up chunks, that'd be a bad sign, obviously. But hey, at least she's clean. It may be pumping out for 2 more weeks, but at least she's clean. Blow her back a little bit, just in case it's clogging up. And I put us a new piece of hose on here. I think that other one was allowing a small leak. I guess we can check inside the tank too. We may have pumped it down all the way. So foggy and smoked up in there, I can't stinking see. Now that's always a good sign. I know that probably don't help nothing. Y'all see that? Once I put that thing in there, it gets so thick with that stuff I can't even see. It looks like there's a little bit of fuel left in there, but it may not be enough for that pickup tube to get. What I can see looks fairly clean. Like I said, light surface rust, but we don't have just a crazy amount of stuff. Huh. Boy, we may try running that, see what happens. Beautiful plumbing job. Just the perfect length to actually be able to fit. Them old pool boys just knew what they were doing, didn't they? All right, let's go back together right here. I can't really see a dang thing in here anyhow. Now I do want to pump this until we get clean stuff out, but to get clean stuff in, we got to drop it down. We'll drop it down, or we can set that down. Now we can go up our step ladder, so we can actually put some oil in, because she still don't have oil in her. I don't know if she needs this, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I say that, watch it be bad for these motors. Oh, I'll tell you what's bad for it. Whatever just fell off that, down into here. R.I.P. Y'all say we get a little lubrication in the situation. Drink up, she's thirsty. All right, at least we got some in there. Gosh dang it. I was standing on the step stool that's covered in that fuel, and I just heard my shoes sticking to it. Now it's gonna make my shoes fall apart. The bottoms anyhow, and we don't want that. These are my good shoes. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, don't shoot. I won't steal your gas. Wonder if y'all heard that gunshot. If not, that scene probably looked a little stupid, but someone shot a gun over there. Ooh, I think we're hitting, we're 99 degrees right now. And I'm sitting here like, oh, where I'm at, it's 105. Well, if you don't have humidity, don't talk to me, okay? That's about like a toe touch, okay? Humidity and toe touch, same thing. If you ain't dealing with the humidity, I don't want to hear it. Now, if it's that hot and super humid wherever you're at, move. That's the only good advice I could think to give you. Me and Theo had to go get us some petrol. I'm curious to see how well their fuel system works. That plumbing job. It seems to be taking it. And there ain't fuel coming out from underneath the truck, so hey, I'm telling you, these pull boys, they done had this thing lined out. Here's a fresh 5 gallons. If only them pull boys did as good at body work as they did at plumbing filler necks, huh? Someone filled that bedside full of body filler and then ran some sheet metal screws into it. Can you guess where it cracked? Oh, but the good quality body work did not stop there. Trust me. Let's see if we can get some clean fuel flow in here. Just maybe. Okay, we're picking up again. I have all the dark stuff to pump out of the system. I don't know how well the camera's gonna do it justice, but I can tell it's changing color. It's obviously pumping a whole lot better. Oh yeah, starting to look a little better there. Still no major debris, a little bit. Okay, yeah, we got a little bit this time, but I think we're gonna be okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's only one way to know. Splash a little bit of the new out right there. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted. I think we're gonna be in good shape here, folks. I'll probably go ahead and put that other 5 gallons in there too, giving it 10 total, because that stuff was still a little dark, so the more the merrier. All right, take that assembly off, go fresh fuel, fresh filter. Make sure I'm flowing the right way, because sometimes I get bass backwards, and we're hooked up there. Woo! Oh, Michael kicked too hard, the rest of the shoe's gonna come apart. Have you another fresh 5. You deserve it. Oil check. Oil check. She is right on the safe mark, right at the very top. Perfect amount. She should still have fuel in the carburetor to be able to run off of. Let's fire this old girl up. See if we can get her running off the tank. And see what she sounds like with the muffler hooked back up. Just purring like a kitten. Way more gooder on the exhaust. Sounds like there may be a little leak underneath there somewhere, but a lot of that exhaust is coming right out where it's supposed to now. And filter check. I see fuel in there, so I guess we're doing good. Time will tell on that. Leak check for oil. None detected, none suspected. Oh, those plug wires definitely helped. Well, I'll be diggity damned. You want to know how I know that tank's in okay-ish shape? Unleaded gasoline only. What happens when we turn that key on? Guys, the fuel sender, or fuel level sender, is working. We put 10 gallons in her, and we're going to just above an eighth, about, oh, I don't know, 5/16 of a tank. I mean, quarter. I can't do math, can I? 5/16. There she is. If I remember right, last time the temp gauge did start working as well. I mean, how nice of a truck could you ask for? We ain't hardly done a diddly thing, dang thing to the thing. Too bad the damn air conditioning don't work. Fires right up. Now we do gotta be careful coming out of here. We ain't got brakes. And okay, earlier I stomped the parking brake thinking it was a clutch because I'm a dummy. And just then I could feel it not rolling as easy as it used to. I wasn't sure if the parking brake worked or not. Gotta get our parking brake release tool. Ah, dang it. Okay, so that is pulled. We did something by doing that because it's rolling easier now. Luckily, being a manual with a clutch, we don't have to have brakes, do we? All right. Hey, I'm really happy with how it's running. No more than what we did. Most of that's coming from that spark plug wire upgrade. But it is nice being able to hear myself think because the exhaust ain't so loud. Oh yeah, definitely running better. You can tell at just kind of sitting there idling, but putting a load on it, you can definitely tell. We're gonna climb the hill here. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. As much as, that sounds like vacuum. I bet if this booster's leaking too, the last 3 vehicles I've tried to work on have had bad boosters. My truck, that Courier, and now this one. Sure sounds like a vacuum noise right up here. It's running decent. But anyhow, my wife has sent me videos throughout the day, and it's her car making this terrible rattling noise. I said, well, what's the temp on it say? Because that's the only one you can really get a reading on. Temp shows good. I'm like, well, that makes me feel better. She said, now it sounds like a tap. Well, this damn Traverse, the way they've designed the exhaust, this bracket underneath there has ripped off where it welded to the one exhaust pipe. I patched it up, put the bracket over the patch, and then re-welded it. Then it broke between the two pipes. I've welded that up. I'm fingers crossed hoping that it's those two little pieces of bracket just broke again. And what she's hearing is that exhaust tink, tink, tinking underneath there. She should be home anytime, so that's why we're getting the lift cleared up. Now, I know today ain't been overly crazy, but she's a little bit better than what we had started with this morning. I'm actually pretty happy. We've got a workable fuel system on it, opposed to, you know, plastic tank and a electric chiggy chug, clack, 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 clack. There she is pulling up to the gate. I can see her down there. So we've got fuel system. We've got it running better. Underneath the engine bay, cleaned up, where I'm happy with it. Definitely way more respectable looking underneath there. And at this point, one of the things I really want to do to make it look good is, besides clean it up, is do the wheels and tires. But now that we have this going on, and that's what I'm saying is relatable. Have you ever had to work on, you want to work on your project, but then this thing, life, has other plans for you? Like maybe your wife's newer car can have stuff go bad with it. Come on, come on. Ain't hear no noise. You fibbing? Ain't doing nothing yet. So as suspected here, there's the culprit. You can see that cracked, that cracked. Those are my two previous welds. Earlier they were cracked on the opposite sides. This entire piece is ripped off before. I patched it up, welded that back on. So just a bad design here. And someone must be driving it super hard. Miss Daisy.
You drove it last to Florida, so that's on you.
Because I chose Florida. If I was choosing vacation, we would have went to Taco Boy. We did disconnect the battery, by the way. Don't be welding on these new ones without disconnecting your battery. She said put it on my tab. Hey Theo, there sure are a lot of tabs around here. I just don't get a tab. Good morning. We're gonna get the old blast station set up here. Because part of doing this cheap and affordable as possible, but try to make it look good, it's gonna involve us giving these little stillies a touch up. And I'll show you them here in a minute. I done had the old tires broke off of them. 3 of them's in really good shape, and then one of them, better get you a bucket. I went by the Ace Hardware, and you can get this sand in an 80-pound bag, which is great. A little harder to manhandle. Way better deal than buying the sand through the Harbor Freight where I got my blaster from. This big 80-pound bag was like $21 or something. Of course, the one time I don't get my dang knife in my pocket. So easier to handle this much instead of an 80-pound bag in a funnel. And these things had sat on that truck for so long. But look inside there. Look how nice those have stayed. And the back ain't brand new, but they're not just plumb terrible. I'm really just wanting to clean up the face so the front of this thing looks really, really nice. We've got 3 of them about like this, and then we got this one. And this one, you can tell, sat in a little more water than the other ones. And that allowed water to get inside here. It's got some pitting, so as we blast this one, hopefully we see that it's still good to go. If not, we'll be on the hunt for a wheel. Apparently we're going to start with our cleanest one. Let's get that wheel weight off there. And you give her the classic titty twister, old purple nurple there. We're ready for a blasting. You like that, huh? Yeah, guys, that thing just rips. I don't remember how much the sandblaster is, but at 20 bucks for a bag, if we get all these stillies done, this is way better than buying sandpaper or Scotch-Brite. Woo! It's real cool in there. You can hardly notice it at all. Now, it actually feels pretty good this morning. Sun is about to come out from behind them clouds. Hey, hush it up. If you'll notice, I reached down there and cut off that valve. If you're gonna use one of these, even if that's sitting there, cut that valve if it's gonna sit for a period of time. If not, that's gonna just keep filling full of sand. Then you'll waste a ton, and it ain't good to use like that anyhow. See, one little touch-up spot right there. Other than that, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. That's about the cleanup and quality we're after. It's still gonna take me an hour at least to get through all of these. So that may, it looks quick on camera, and it is, but there's still a lot of work to do here. One down, 2 to go, 1 complete one to go. I think I ran out of material. This is the bad one here. And I didn't know if y'all could see a minute ago really how thick this rust is. Y'all see that? Dang alligator skin there. That material's got, there's still quite a bit there. But yeah, that's gonna be pitted pretty decent underneath their possible hole. No, it still feels pretty thick. All right. That's what we want, because we don't want to be playing chase a wheel. Do you in? She's done, or I'm done. Well, they may not be done, but I'm done, okay? Throwing in the towel. They all cleaned up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. Barely even made a mess on our workbench here, so if you'd build a garage, you could recollect that and reuse it. All you're doing is wasting money. I'll just pay the $20 a bag the one time I use this every 3 months. How's that? Build a garage or a keep thing to be able to sweep it all up, save 20 bucks. If I ever need to do that much blasting, I'm just sending it to my buddy. It takes a special person to want to wear that thing and just be in there cooking all day. Boy, I was sweating like a sinner sitting with Jesus eating dinner. Damn, done built sandcastles around the headlights. Up next, let's get some primer on her. I got the rusty metal primer, mainly for that one wheel. She's got twice the rust protection and superior adhesion, allegedly. Let's get her mixed up. Golly! Y'all know my old shaker, they redesigned the strap, it won't hold a can anymore. Now, they didn't like my feedback anyhow. Someone sent out this one. It's built out of, God, I don't know, thick stuff here. Partner 1/8 inch there. She holds. I'm trying to rip my arm out of socket, but she holds. Now that is how you shake a can. Or that other one. Yeah. It just always fall out. Not this one. Now this is our pitted wheel. I do think we're gonna be fine, but we gotta get a whole, or get the whole wheel done on this one, outside of the wheel. You know what I'm trying to say. Outer rim, the whole dang thing. How's that for technical terms? And yeah, I'm just laying this stuff on thick. I'm perfectly fine with it filling up them pits. Hopefully biting good. That sand, that fine white stuff's about an 80 grit is what they rated at, I do believe. So all this stuff is ready for paint. Get old thick layer on that one. And this, we just go around them edges, anything we touch. Obviously we need a primer. And yeah, this is gonna make these babies look slick wheelie. Fairly affordable compared to any other options for making this truck look really good on a budget. In fact, I can't picture another wheel on this truck besides the Stilly. Bracket man, lock and load. Get away from my dog, Charlie. My dog like, what the hell going on over here? What the hell? Well, this primer lays down nice. I'm a fan of it. Now, as those set up, that wind's kicking up today. Bring this one inside. She was the first one we did. She's gonna be ready for paint. I'm gonna do this today, where then we can get these painted, let them sit outside all day, set up really good. We'll actually get tires put on tomorrow. Now for color, because the truck is white, I wasn't sure what color to do. I went and looked at the one hardware store yesterday, determined I was gonna go with the gloss smoke gray. And you can see the color these were, so kind of close. White would be too white with that color. Black wouldn't look good, I promise. Gray's gonna be the perfect solution. And I promise y'all, these cans being shook up good really help with it actually laying down nice. Excuse me, Theo, don't want to get in your way there, sir. My apologies. Excuse me, sir, excuse me. Pardon me. Ooh, this stuff is covering really good. I think that's gonna be a really good color. All right, put these in the Steely oven, and there they'll sit and dry. Oh man, y'all's covered in paint or dust. Uh-oh. Oh, that's paint. Oops. Hopefully y'all can see. All right, got you cleaned off there. Man, and that's why I don't mind paying my buddy to do those. Let's see, 10:30, 2.5 hours just on doing the half cleanup. If we'd cleaned those whole wheels and the full back sides and then primered and painted and all that, I mean, it'd end up taking almost an entire day. I know it don't seem like it, but I promise you. And then you spend 100, and at that point would be 150 in material in the whole day. That's why all of a sudden 300 bucks ain't a bad deal. Quick clean of the shop. Be sure to blow that dust out there as you got wet paint setting up on wheels. That makes total sense. Just thought about that. All right, we're ready to pull this unit right back in. It is time for my favorite thing, brake work. Everybody's favorite. Well, if that starts soaking, let's see if we can keep her running. She's cold natured. I ain't got the choke hooked up. See if we do have a booster leaking. She got so much vacuum, I can't even pull her off. Crank her idle up just a hair there. I don't hear a notable change, so I think we're good on our booster. I'm getting to be an old man. I may have heard this power steering pump whining. Little flat spot whenever I'm going to rev that thing initially. And if you do it fast, it's fine, but you can't ease into it. I don't remember if I ever put a timing light on this thing, but I reckon it ain't gonna hurt none. Oh yeah, it was missing the distributor, so surely I put a timing light on it. Slight change, seems to be doing better. May not be the timing, could be the fact the truck's just warming up. She does seem to be cold natured, and we ain't got the choke hooked up. Sitting here at idle, showing 12.9, so she should be charging. Rev her up a little bit, get 13.2, we'll take that. I don't even think we did anything with the alternator, so she's just working. She's just happy. This thing just wants to be a good truck. Are we having fun yet? I tuned on it. Couldn't see a dang thing with the timing light because of style. I'll show you in a second. Found this other thing in that spacer kit, so I decided to put it on so it would quit hitting these. So I spaced that up, put the breather on, killed it, fired it back up, and then one fire up. Barely running. I've kind of messed with the timing just by ear again and with the idle some, and I've got it running it's running about how it was again. But our dampener down here actually has our timing marks on it, so I'm having to clean it up where I can actually read it and see it. I'm gonna paint that sucker up, then I'm gonna wipe it away with a rag and hope my white paint stays in the little marks. About 15 degrees. When I set it back there, it dropped a real low idle, and I've had to crank this carburetor plumb up. I think this being one of them cheapo Amazon carburetors is part of what we're fighting right here. We've got an idle of about 750 on our RPMs. Timing about 15-ish, is kind of fluctuating some, but I'm having to keep that idle cranked in all the way. She sounds really happy when she revs. We're gonna leave it there for now. Sound like she got damn dope camshaft in her, so she's either got a decent or my tune job was just really bad. As long as it don't run hot and it fires back up good, we'll run it. Cause stuff on the timing light checks out good. Aha! I tried to fire it right back up. It did not fire up. So we know this thing's been remanned, guys. Something you always want to do is verify your top dead center. So y'all can see my 4 marks, right? I just use those to time this engine, and they're not accurate. Let me explain. So the first time I did that, I could see where it said 30, because my little white marks and try to wipe away. It didn't work. So I marked where it said 30, I marked where it said 20, I marked where it said 10, and then at that point, it's kind of wrapping towards the bottom for 0, and I couldn't quite see the 0, but I seen a yellow mark, what appeared to be an old yellow mark. So I marked over it with my white mark. That's the 4 marks you see. However, I just pulled number 1 spark plug, cranked this thing over, and you can literally see the piston in there. So I made sure I got it on compression stroke in dwell. So I just bumped it and the piston didn't move up any, it didn't move down any. I looked at that and our pointer is pointing right at where that bottom mark was when I went over. That's good. That means that is 0. However, if you look underneath that, there's about 3 other marks and then it says 0. So our bottom mark 100% is 0, but from moving past that then, where it says 10, that's not really 10. You gotta go about 3 additional marks again, and then that's gonna be 10. And about 3 additional marks past 20, that's gonna be 20. You see what I'm saying here? I think each mark's probably 2 degrees, so that's 6 degrees of timing we're off, at least. That helps, and that explains a little more what's going on here. So I erased our other marks. Now we know exactly where 0 is. I'm gonna set our timing light here to 14 degrees. We'll let this smart timing light do the work. And now when you set that to 14, now we're just lining up the 0 with that timing mark. It takes all the guesswork out of it. Hey, look who fires right back up again. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's because you got her properly timed. Yeah, properly timed for this truck. With it at the 14 degrees, it's just running really rough again. I checked for vacuum leaks, didn't find none. Carburetor could be part to blame on this. I'm still not saying it's innocent in the whole thing. I guess I didn't check the idle mixture screw. I'll just see if I can find that thing. But it's just happy at about 20 degrees of timing. That's probably about where it had been because I just timed it by ear and then checked it. And with it all timed out, just running smooth again, you see it's firing right up. Sometimes you can't just beat the old ear. All right, that one will come off real easy. Didn't even hardly fight us there. Must be this looby-dooby doing its job, huh? Good thing is I didn't even plan on running this thing and having a big tune-up fest. So now I've got it underneath here just really nice and hot. We don't want to tear up these lines because I done seen the proportioning valve earlier it runs to. The damn grease ball down there, so we don't want to be replacing these ones. Can we get lucky on the second? Oh, yes we can. Yes, sir. Those things are crusty. Now I ordered some parts for this thing, so let's start seeing if we got the right stuff or not. Crap's getting so expensive everywhere. I actually started ordering stuff online, which I don't like doing, just because you get the wrong stuff and you can't take it right back or, you know, whatever. Dang, some of these parts are just getting out of hand. Smaller, bigger, looks close enough to me. But you gotta bench bleed it. Guys, I rarely bench bleed. I do. Now, because I said that, I'll probably end up regretting it this go around, but I always get a pedal, so I ain't scared. Mama didn't raise no punk, done told y'all. Look how nice that is, just with those wire wheeled and cleaned up. The lube on them. No fighting that now. Our line lines right back up. Snug. Snug. Something's had to have changed on something. I ain't figured out what yet. I went and had lunch, come back. It cooled off some, so I fired it up. It's running still, but it just don't seem as smooth. I did double check our firing order. May have something to do with the cheap distributor and carburetor, or maybe we've got something being sticky in the, I don't know. We're gonna focus on this. Focus. They'll pre-soak. And I don't even know what all we're taking apart over here. Oh, there's our hardware, right? Okay, I see. I ain't know what the heck I'm looking at. Dang, rotors are actually in runnable shape. Which I'll be honest, I don't even know if I got rotors, so that's a good thing. So this would be this side, bleeder up, hose up. Got my hose up in here, but we already got bolts right in there. So I've never done a caliper this style, honestly. It looks like these positions are fixed, so we gotta separate that where it can just slide apart. Oh, okay, bolt right here, retaining bolt. So maybe we remove that, take this out, and then lean back and pop up. Learning something new here. Some little type of shim or wedge or spring underneath that. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Just as happy, happy, happy. As far as removal goes, shoot, that's easy enough. Like I said, these aren't all chewed up. We're gonna run them because we don't have a choice. I forgot to get some. Spins good, no funky noises, no funky slack or anything like that, so that all looks okay. Check this out. These brake pads, they were replaced not too long before. That one being the piston side. You can see it's a little thinner than this one. But yeah, motor was remanned not long before it was parked, and the front brakes were gone through not long before it was parked. So it comes with a new retaining clip of sorts. That little wedge spring thing I was talking about. And then I did get us new pads. The old ones would have been runnable. That won't go that way for some reason. It's got slots here. Let's flip her the other way, see what happens. Okay, she will go that way. What about this one? That one will go that way. Yeah, it looks like we take our clip. No! And try to pop ourselves with it. And that clip's just kind of spring loaded. Both ends are in there, so I'm assuming I've got it where it's supposed to be. I don't really know why that's there, but we'll take it. The reason I say I don't know why that's there is that can't fall this way because the way it's cut. It's not like that holds that where you can't just pop that right out if you wanted. So, but it's there. So we're putting it back. I do like the way these kind of install here. Yeah, that's good for them. It's actually really recommended, highly recommended, you drop these like that, slam it down. That way the parts get shocked and they really seat into place well. All right, let's go around too. I don't know if we can wedge that in there like so. Thought we're gonna have to tap it from the side. I don't know why we'd have to. We're about an 1/8 inch short of where it used to be, I can tell. I don't know if that matters or not. I wonder if that spring ain't supposed to be on the bottom side and I just put it on the top side. Shim is touching the caliper. Yeah, so that gap is correct. I was gonna say it looks really good right here, but that's out of alignment, so let's swap that sides. Had I paid attention taking this apart, I would have synced that. And that makes way more sense. Now we're lined up good. This is sitting flat, and now this is right in on that little spring clip to give it a little play. I don't know if this style is good, but I like them. I will say that just washers being on there is kind of questionable. They should have made a little retaining clip that kind of steps up and over, in my opinion. Well, that really don't have spring tension now, does it? Put our old one in there. That seemed to help some. It's not as loose now. We'll take it. Let's go ahead and snip this. Second spritzing. A little rusty. Lacking the confidence on this one. We don't want to break the line. Pull our clip. Oh, this one is not good, folks. Oh my gosh, the amount of crud on there. Nope. Nope. I can see that starting to twist in a way that I don't like. I don't want to do that. Luckily that's stuck now. Probably because our disc brake job went too easy, you know. So we can't have that piece over there go smooth and then this go good. I'd be asking for too much from an old truck that's been sitting for forever. Damn 80s or whatever it was. Okay, these two are now one. They're permanent. I'm gonna try spinning the other way. There we go. In a tightening fashion. There we go, that's what it needed. Just get the load off of it. Okay, we're back in it. Things are heating up and they say you fight fire with fire. You can play ornery, I'll be ornery. Heat her up and cook her down with some lubie. My whole life I've been using locking pliers for these rounded suckers. Yeah! Woo! Had to get that wedged against the chassis. Give her the right support where we don't bend the line and break it. We've actually got clean brake fluid coming out of there now. I say clean loosely, but you know what I mean. Or do ya? I've got clean brake fluid. I mean, it's the dirty clean, but it's clean if you know what I mean, because that doesn't make sense. Am I right? I like to flood that where we get plenty of lube on the back side of that tube nut, because that's where a lot of the crud will work its way into, and it makes it difficult to spin that. We should be good now. I might just let that drain off so we get as much old stuff out there as we can. We're off to a solid start on the other side here. Just a small fire at this point. Golly. Looks like someone had wrapped an old rag around a cable or something. I don't need you to keep going up in there. Okay. If you could. There we go. Big chunk of it. That was shoved up in here in the corner. I come over here, went like that, and flames just went whoo. Come see me here at Bubba J's Mechanic Service and more. I'll get your brakes tuned up in a jiffy. So I actually already got this tube nut to spin. It popped free, but the tube itself is wanting to spin with it. So we're gonna heat it up and cook it down. See how that boils and hopefully works its way down in there. See how that's spinning with it. We need that to break loose. We'll let that do some soaking. That makes way more sense. That's a little type of like acorned shoulder bolt there to be able to hit that at an angle as intended. That makes way more sense. The other bolt's just something someone had put in there at some point. Look about the same over here. Rotors are runnable, could be turned. We don't have a means of doing that, but pad, same thing. Okay, wind. Can we just roll some more stuff around in the background to keep me distracted and just plumb ticked? Huh? Something else you can maybe just pick up and toss around because you're damn bored? Yeah, you better quit blowing before I get fired up here. That's it right there. The other side was just a lot easier. So we're torqued back down there. Little spray job. Oh yeah, she's spinning on there now. Just need a little soak time. Perfect. Right there. Line is on, fit good. As far as what we're doing, front's done. I don't know why, but I hate working on big stuff. And she's a 250. I knew I had this, but for some reason I forgot. So here we go. Someone sealed that up before with RTV, which we'll be doing as well, because I did not get seals for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs on our little retaining washers are bent. That nut wasn't coming off, guaranteed. There's already chisel marks where someone has spun this before. So far it's spinning pretty easy for us, that's good. Nut, retainer, second nut, and we should be free. She's starting to move. Yeah, that damn parking brake, I almost guarantee it is what's gonna fight us now. Cause something's still been dragging since I accidentally pushed that thing like a dummy. Don't hit parking brakes on old vehicles, guys. The chances of it releasing slim to none. Got her bearing out. She's got grease in her, and grease is fairly clean. See that right there? That grease ain't even dirty on it. Get your pry bar. Just gonna have to walk them off here. Man, it's coming. Just gonna take me a minute. I love drum brakes. I love drum brakes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sweating dust in my eyes. It feels so good. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're close, my friends. We're close. Ha-ha! Yes! Okay. The bearing and seal appear to be permanente. So we're gonna have to get that off there. Then I have to have a seal. The rest of this, I mean, everything's there, spring-wise. Looks like something did break down here, that one. Shoes are just plumb coming apart though. So the front got a brake job, but they just let the rears fly apparently. And if you guessed I don't have drums, you're also correct. These are gonna have to be salvageable, because really, we don't have much of a choice, do we? There we go. As suspected, if you seen, I actually tapped that back, and it's because I just assumed that was actually wedged on there. And as soon as I tapped it back, it popped free, so we can clean that up. Same thing though, new grease on that sucker. It's wild they'll get in there and do new grease. The seal looks new. Maybe it was leaking or something, but not do the shoes on this thing. And I've never done drum brakes like this one. Oh, this don't look fun. Boy, I'd rather take a picker punch than rebuild these, but here we are. This side put a whipping on me, guys. That second nut, I had to hammer it the entire, yeah, it was not fun. I managed to get it off without breaking anything, which is good, because this is our reference side now. And we'll do this side, and I've never done drum brakes that retain quite like this, so this is a first for me. So let's figure out how much this Ford's gonna whip on us. Halt! Before we get lost in the sauce right there, we better source us some wheel seals for the inside. I've cleaned up both of these, and neither one of them have a part number on it. 3.6 on the dot. Flanged outside diameter 3.6. Housing bore 3.3. This is it right here, I do believe. Shaft 2.5. 2.5. So I got us a part number. Now I gotta see if the parts house has it or can get it. National 4250. Parts house had 2 in stock. Must be my lucky day. I feel so lucky right now. We're gonna kind of zip through this recording wise, because I'm sure putting these together is about to whip me and take the rest of the day. It's pert near 4 o'clock already. pull our wheel cylinder. Maybe. This stuff all seems to move just fine, so I don't want to take it apart if I don't have to. And it don't look like I have to. Wagner Lockheed. We may have a part number on this one, but we shouldn't need it because I've already got me one of these. Yep. Tight's tight. Just kind of cleaning up here before I go back together. I want to show y'all. Look, this thing's been chewed up before. Chewed up there. That's pitted, but also kind of, but what I'm talking about is in here where our seal should be riding. It's all kinds of scratched up bad. So maybe she'll seal up, maybe she'll won't. You never know what you're gonna get with something you pulled out of the woods like we did this truck. Yeah, the way I just cleaned that, I made sure the camera wasn't looking at because of y'all, okay? Yeah, I know how y'all are. Oh, Puddin's out there just polishing that spindle, ain't he? Got our fresh hardware kit. If you polish it more than 3 times, you're playing with it. Let me see if I can figure out how to get this stuff back together. All right, we're all together now. That was not bad at all. Able to do it all with pliers. In fact, I'll just say it. That was easier than the Chevrolet setups. These little springs kind of had me nervous, but overall they weren't bad to throw all this together. So that side together, we can look at going together. And I kind of just realized earlier that I was like, oh yeah, there's grease on here, fresh grease. I didn't ask why. Why is there grease on there? These should lube through the gear oil in there. So if I was a betting man, gear oil got low based on that cover on the back. As it dropped, it ended up toasting some bearings, which is why we got new seals. And these ones right on here say China. Maybe not this one. No, this one says Japan. But this one right there says China. So back in the day before this thing got parked, right before it got parked, someone must have toasted the rear bearings in this thing. So I'm gonna clean these suckers up. And y'all let me know, y'all can argue down below. Does grease being in there hurt it? I mean, I doubt it. I don't see why it would hurt it, but I don't think they came like that. Now, we ain't got new drums, so we're gonna clean these up as good as we can. We're on the farm, around town. I think these are great. If you wanted a good daily driver for the next 20 years, you should replace them. And when you replace them, replace these bearings too. That one's got a big old pit in it, you see that? I'm gonna put some of this high dollar purple stuff I had left over from another project in here. Little on our new seal. I'm gonna throw a little lube on there and just slap all this back together. Yeah, cleaned all this up. Nice little coat of RTV on there. We're gonna run our hardware down, but not torque it. Give that RTV a little chance to set up here. That side had been leaking too, so I do think this vent clogged up. Blew out. We lost oil. Once they lost oil, boom, we're burning up bearings. Then they're having to replace them. Just me guessing here. This is kind of a goofy setup, in my opinion. Nah, she ain't clogged up at all. The amount of crap I dug out of this is insane. Hey, the cap moves again. Fresh line, baby. It's one way to do it. Got some type of info on there. Whoo, that smells yummy. After saying the stuff out there, it kind of made me curious about what in here looked like. It does look like the pinion seal was still good. No, nothing crazy up there. That's because it was all coming out right here. So who knows? It'll be the next thing to go. But inside here was clean. Not a bunch of metal or nothing like that. Just kind of dirty. Hopefully y'all can see them teeth are pitted from this thing sitting. And they are pitted pretty good. Ran down our bolts, but same thing like those. We'll torque them in the morning after that RTV has a chance to set up. So then she'll need some fluid. We'll need to get a brake pedal, and then it'll finally be time to clean up this old girl. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, we're bleeding. Slick's here giving me a hand. I done tightened up our RTV flanges and serviced that. Did a vacuum bleed, discovered something. I don't think I've ever had one. Had to use my wire because our hard line from that side to this side, she was plugged up, had a bunch of debris in the end. I was able to fish that in there and clean it out and get it all out, no problem. You good? So as you can see, we're getting fluid. The next thing we had was I had to crawl up underneath here and just lube everything. Everything up in there was just froze solid, rusty. I sprayed it and kicked on it. Got her freed up. You good? Good solid fluid streams. That's what we want to see. Usually first thing in the morning, I go stand over there and look as the sun rises, and that's where I release my first fluid or solid stream of the day. Too much info? I do apologize. Little brake light action, new bulb over there, and we'll be uptown. Well, we got a decent pedal. Could almost get her all the way to the floor though. But I don't think we have air or anything. I got to thinking about it. I never ran those adjusters out, so they're sucked in all the way. Well, you got half worn out drums and stuff. I'm hoping we're just shooting way too much fluid back here, kind of maxing it out type thing. Where those ran out, I'm hoping we're getting a good pedal. It's just right when it's there, it's hitting the floor at the same time, like pedal. Oh, come on, baby. Oh yeah, we're not getting to the floor now. Don't forget to adjust out your rear shoes. So that's great. We've got a brake pedal. Right now, I'd love to throw these wheels and tires on, fire this thing up, drive it outside, be able to stop it off the brakes for the first time. But I have a stinking suspicion this truck's not gonna wanna start. Everything was so all over the place yesterday, and the truck was, yeah, there ain't no way it just fires up. I think we still got something going on with this goofy sucker. Let's see what happens here. She got enough torque, she's just jumping on this thing. I'll tell you what I did. I gave it a ton of timing like it had before. If she wants a ton of timing, we're gonna give her a ton of timing. So she is now once again tuned out by ear only, no instruments. It's just where it's happy. As long as this thing don't overheat, I'm not gonna argue with it anymore. Woo! First stop with the fresh brakes. Tell you what, she don't stop like no Corvette, that's for certain, but she does stop. Let's finally get this thing cleaned up. I've actually never even gone through this truck. Boy, I was hoping there was $1 million in here. Oh, 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 baby. I don't know why that's cracking me up so much. Other than I practically got those on right now with the side shields. Damn, meant to be. Of course, she ain't no pull truck without a pull hose of some sort in here. No sense in keeping the old carpet. One, it's nasty. Two, it's filthy. Three, all it's gonna do is hold water and create more rust over time. Front floor's pretty solid. Our trans tunnel cover thing's popping up out there for some reason. Now I know why it was so loud in here with no exhaust. The only other cool thing I found in here was in the glove box. And it's only cool to a dork like me who would think it'd be really cool to have a 1994 Oklahoma State map. Shawnee area, this is where we're at currently. If this will stay together, which it's falling apart. It would have been really cool to have that old map to put in our van, just like the old one that it used to actually have. Here we go. Don't forget behind the seat. Gotta clean your crack out. This insulation's just hanging and waiting to fall. I pulled all the rest off, forgot this side. You'll see all the crap that's come out of this already. That's light pressure. Now let's hit it with the heavy pressure. Got to make sure our tip-top seat here is in really clean condition. If we don't get all that down, every time we drive this thing, it'll be falling on you. Oh, y'all know what time it is. Theo, close your eyes. Oh, it's been a minute, old girl. Get all your cleaning products at sweetpainter.com. Just use that promo code on the screen, baby. Cut that music, cut the slow-mo. Just having a little fun, right? Guys, this thing is dirty. I'm gonna have to hand scrub a lot of just the top. The fenders clean up pretty good, but where that stuff could really bite into the paint on the top side, I'm having to give her some scrubbing, and this thing is gonna take forever. I don't know how long I've been going at it, probably 30-40 minutes, and I'm still working on the front end. Well, I guess the engine bay's done as well. Be sure to clean your cancer rust really good. That sun keep being down on me. We're going to be due for another Baywatch run through the sprinkler system over there. Unfortunately, with a filthy truck like this, there's nothing you can do besides just get up here and get in it. You're washing something this old and dirty and you're scared of getting wet, you've already signed up for the wrong job. Open your doors. This is why we can't have nice things around here. How's that for a difference? Whew. Oh, dirty gal. She's cleaning up. Oh, she's steaming in here. Y'all see that? The sun's gonna come in and give her a steam cleaning. The pressure washer did a good job of getting a lot of that off again. Now we just got a few danglers. Well, that's good. Drop your glasses and all the truck poop. All right, final push. Here we go. It looks good. First time stepping back and looking at it. Guys, when I move this truck, you're gonna see the amount of crap on the concrete. Dirtiest truck I've cleaned up in a long time. The more I wash that bed, the more it starts turning black instead of white. Kind of like old Betsy here. How you doing? Giving her a spritzing?
About to pull her up.
Pull her up? Let me get some more of this. Oh, Theo got him some too. Go, Theo, go. Go, Theo, go. Go, buddy. Go, Theo. Come on. Let's go. Go, Theo, go. Woo! Go, Theo, go. Oh yeah. Oh, damn water will get you. All right, she's cleaned up. We'll go grab lunch, give this thing time to dry up. Go push that horn.
I tried.
She wants to toot. Hey, underneath the hood looks good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little atta girl. Underneath there looks pretty good too. I forgot to give her one last rinse, but can't be mad at this. Hey, I'll be damned if a horn's gonna kill my battery. Hush it up. Woo, wait till y'all see the wheels and tires. She had pretty good time to dry here, about an hour. For the most part, she's dried up. Now, as much fun as that looks to sit on, I've got this that kind of matches our colors here. So let's keep this professional restoration job rolling. Cleaning it up has this old truck looking better, but we're not going to act like this truck has a killer patina or some really great outstanding look. What this thing needs is proper wheels and tires to help this turd look like a glorified turd. Oh baby, now that looks pretty good, but you know what'll look better? Caps.
Caps.
One problem, they don't seem to fit the rear. And these are the deep dish. I got them for 3/4 ton-ish. I don't know all the exact Ford years, but I think we're just barely hitting that. Try to get on this rear one and it just won't go. They will pop on the front, but it almost looks better without the caps actually. With those caps, we need a camper shell on the back for it to look good. I mean, am I right though?
Yeah, I think it looks better without it.
It looks good over there without them. Over there it looks aggressive. Over here it looks like it needs a camper shell and a bunch of children. Since they don't fit the rear, we ain't got much of a choice either way, do we? Kind of looks mean with no caps. I kind of dig it. Let's get her outside. These long, Bill. I got used to driving that little shorty van. I just backed up and was like, boy, I better start turning.
I was like, I hope he's used to that long bed. My car's back there.
We've got a pedal. The pedal don't feel the best. She's running. It ain't running the best. She drives and shifts. There's a little clunky from the rear end or drive shaft. Something's got a little slop, so it ain't the best. And I mean, we can sit in here, but she ain't the cleanest. What I'm saying is, guys, we took this thing from sitting for probably 30 years. This is now 5.5 days of work to get the motor unstuck, go through everything, get it cleaned up and drive it to this point. And you get what you pay for, I guess.
Oh, where's the tires? Second gear even. Woo!
That started to slide out, didn't it? Yeah. Hey, this thing runs better at all versus just a little. That power really comes in and it smooths right up. I think it's our cheap distributor, guys. I just don't think that the internals, I bet a good distributor in here would get her lined out a lot better. I feel like we're in Jurassic Park, Bill. Yeah. Waiting for the T-Rex to come out of that. She looks like an old farm truck. She runs about as good as you'd want an old farm truck to run, guys. I'm still saying for no more than we're in it. Hold on, was that the horn? All right, horn's working better. Guys, she works about as good as you'd want an old farm truck to work. Now being a crew cab, I'm sure it's gonna get fixed up better than this. It won't be me doing it. But this right here is where I wanted to get this truck to, is this point. I mean, we got power brakes, power steering, and it just works. And something about just seeing this truck out in the field looks right. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I mean, she just looks like an old farm truck to me, guys. It's got a decent look going on now. Cleaning it up helped. It don't change the fact the truck's rough, but the wheel and tire choice Helps it look tough too. Good color choice, by the way. And it's kind of just, I don't know, where else do you find one besides right here at Puddins.fab.shop? Yeah, this thing's got power when you give it the gas.
What carburetor on? Yeah, you were...
That whole thing's grated over there from me knocking all that rock loose. You order the full cleaning? We got here as fast as we could. Hey Bill, I put this thing in self-driving mode. Good luck. It's doing better than I thought it was gonna do, guys. It's just that idle, sitting there at idle, it just like, seems a little questionable. But when you actually start driving it, it's doing pretty good. I'd say transmission's a little noisy, but considering that floor's lifted, or tunnel's not actually bolted down, I don't really know how noisy it is. She seems pretty good. It slows down just as fast as it speeds up. Low gear sucker here. Oh, hold on, Bill, I'm taking the smooth route. Golly. Look at this stuff. That stuff's wet. I can spin the tires on it. Oh yeah, I bet we were flinging rock good with all terrains. Second gear's a little more driver friendly here. Fuel gauge is working. Temp gauge is bouncing, or speedo's bouncing, I mean hell, I think we did it.
She lives.
Like I said, no telling how long it sat in that backyard. According to the tree that was about 12-inch diameter we cut on the backside, it'd been there for a minute.
Did you get a title with this?
No. Is it in the glove box?
No, there ain't nothing in there. They got a plate on it?
I'll get a title.
No, I was gonna see when the last time it was registered.
Oh yeah, no, we don't know. We just know it was a long time.
Long time ago.
And overall, pretty good truck. Honestly, it's a damn shame someone ever pulled that carburetor and distributor, and that it got water down there in that number 4 and rusted out that cylinder. It still seems to run all right. Tons of blow by though. So unless you want to name this thing Smokey Joe and kill mosquitoes everywhere you go, I guess we take off the pull signage off the door and make it mosquito spraying. Because this thing, yeah, she just pours the smoke, guys. The blow by. I didn't really notice it out the exhaust pipe though. So it's just a blow by. It's a lot. When you stop, smoke just rolls out from underneath the hood. So, I mean, it's a starting point for several directions. If you just want a truck, you haul crap on your place, well, we're there. You're there on this one. If you want one you continue to fix up, maybe you find a decent deal on a 351M or a 400 that you can just bolt right in, and you get it for $600-700. I don't know, I'm just spitting ball numbers, and you swap it in, boom, there you go. You just fixed your smoking problem. If someone wanted to take this thing and do a full crazy build, well, you know exactly what you got now. No carpet in here to hide anything or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. I wouldn't say as good as I hoped, but it could have been worse, if any of that makes sense. Nope, no it did not.
Does anything make sense?
What is life? Deep thoughts in the crew cab with Wild Bill and T-Pain. He said, I'm out of here. Whew. Morning, guys. It's the next morning now. I realized this morning I never shot an outro for the video. So I appreciate y'all being here watching at Puddins.fab.shop. As far as us in the crew cab, I think we're about as far as I want to take it. Other than if we start putting it around some, and people are riding with me, I may get a matching seat cover for the rear seat, okay? Get plumb carried away on this rig. And though this thing still needs quite a bit of work before it's probably a reliable daily driver, I think it's pretty incredible, no more than what we've really done or really spent from where this thing first was to now see it where it is with 5 days of work. She's running, driving, stopping. looking a little bit better. I don't know if I'd say a lot of bit better. puddins.fab.shop for that good quality merchandise. We appreciate all the support there. It means the world to me and my girls. Y'all can tell I'm in Saturday morning attire, huh? Flip-flops. We're on the Instagram, we're on the Facebook. Theo, he's also on Saturday morning, you can tell. Oh yeah, I say Saturday mornings, we're relaxed, baby. So we're all relaxed. I don't even work security Saturday mornings. I lay around and scratch my back on the rocks. We're on the Instagrammer, we're on the Facebook, and much other than that, guys, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Now I got a few more little piddling things I'm doing out here, and I'm gonna go spend some quality time with my girls.